licenses, and now we are going to speak about profiles. Okay, these are features we are going to discuss now. Okay, now what is a profile? Profile is nothing but it's a set of users who works on specific activity. For example, okay, I can give you an example. Some of the organizations, okay, big organizations, what they will have, okay, they have an IT infrastructure team, correct? IT infrastructure team. So in that you'll see a team who maintains desktop support. That means they take care of your I mean any issues with your laptop, any issues with your desktop, okay, some software installations, right? So that's called as your desktop support. The team will come and will solve your problems. You will also have network team, network support team, who takes care of all your network related activities. Okay, if you have any problem in your port, a network port or network cable, you're not able to connect to a server, okay, that particular team will take care of. Then there's another one team called data support team, who takes care of all the data related of your projects. Okay, and you also have another team called customer support team. They call it a CS team. I'm not sure. Okay, a big organization like Infosys, then TCS, Accenture, these teams will have this because the number of employees are big, right? It's more, so they have their own team, and each and every team will have at least 10 to depending upon the employee size, they'll have 10 to 15 employees. Okay, who supports these activities, and these people are called as desktop support team engineers, and they're a part of a group called desktop support team, or they can call it as their profile is desktop support team. Similarly, in project management, you have we say quality analyst team. Quality analyst team in the sense what? Okay, who takes care of the manual testing and automation testing in your project. So in a project you have a quality testing team who will have at least 2 or 3 test engineers who are going to work on that. So what is a profile? It determines a set of users who works on a specific activity, or a profile also defines the users who are working on this particular who is working on a specific activity will define the permissions. Okay, so profile will define a permission. Now for example, I'll say Jyoti, please create a record. I will give a permission to Jyoti's user ID. She can create a record, she can delete a record, she can update a record. So I have granted certain permissions to her ID so that she can do certain activities. That is called as your profile. Will define the user's permissions to perform different functions, and it also determines how a user sees a record and to which he or she has an access. Understood? Yeah, the profile also will define how that user, like Jyoti is a user, Rohit is a user, okay, Tejaswini is a user. Okay, so let's say Jyoti is a hiring manager. Her access and her profile is different. Tejaswini is an interviewer. Her access and her profile is different. Rohit, he's a CEO. His access and his way of seeing the application is different. So what I do, I create a profile and assign certain users to that profiles. Now, when I'm creating a profile, I also give access to these options, to these features, whether she can see the arc, whether she can see the tab or not. Understood? Clear? That is called as a profile. So every profile will contain more than one user, but one user will have only one profile. Okay. Now the person who is working in a desktop support team, he cannot work in network support team. Okay, he cannot work in data support team, but the profile that is called desktop support team will have more than one user. Guys, clear? Understood? Any questions?
Yeah, Shiva, it's good.
Clear, right? Okay. a scenario now. Okay, I'm going to create a recruiter profile. Okay, and in this recruiter profile, the users are, let's say, Cynthia, Megan, and Andrew. And Mario. These are the users who are having a specific profile called recruiter profile. Now, when I am creating a recruiter profile, I'm saying what is that? User permissions, right? Now, what kind of permissions I'm giving it them? I'm giving it to them is I'm giving org level access only to what? Only to your recruitment application and org level access, recruitment application, and sales org. Tab level access. Okay. Now, in tab level access, you have a concept called default on. Compulsory one question in certification. Default of tab here. Tab level for custom objects. Default on. Now, then object level access. Object level access. Now, position CRUD access I'll give. What is CRUD? Create, read, update, and delete. Then job applications CRUD. Then candidate CRUD. Then interview CRUD. Review CR. That's it. CRU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which object we are missing? Job application. Okay. Now, and login with these users and access these objects and check these objects whether they have this permissions or not. Understand? What I'll do? Okay. First of all, I'll go to users. Let me see. I have only user called Cynthia. Okay. Now, for example, I'll go to profiles. Now, in the profile, click on new profile. Okay. Now, one more option here. I cannot create a profile. Profile cannot be created. Profile cannot be created, but it can be cloned with an existing profile. Similarly, you have standard profiles and you also have custom profiles. Okay, standard profiles are nothing but created by system. Custom profiles are nothing but created by developers. Right now, when I go to profiles here, okay, if you can see down here, okay, if you see here, can you see these are all your standard profiles. Okay, and profiles will take Salesforce license. Compulsory, not other. It will not. You cannot give other licenses. Salesforce license, but you have only one license, so you have to use only. You have to rotate with that license. Okay. Now, take standard user. I'm cloning the standard user. Okay. Click on edit. Sorry. Go back here. Go back. Create a new profile.
existing profile, standard user, recruiter profile, save it. Now, profiles have two different views, guys. Very important. Profiles will have two different views. Now, the first view, if you see here, can you see? Profiles will control what? Console settings, page layouts, okay, field level security, I discussed. Field level security, okay. Next, custom map settings, nothing but your org level access, okay. Record type settings, record types, okay. And administrative, I think we discussed right yesterday. Administrative permissions, general user permissions. What else then? Standard and custom object permissions. Okay. Now administrative permissions. I think this I discussed yesterday, right? Based on the your project requirements, you will enable these permissions to specific profiles, right? This administrative and general user permissions, and standard object permissions. In here, all the standard objects are there, and your custom object permissions, right? Now, when you come here, can you see login hours? I discussed about this also, right? Yesterday, login hours. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now, when I click on
No, Shiva.
no, right? Right. Now, login hours. Now, for example, I'll click on this edit login. Now, I will tell, okay, because Jyoti is an, let's say, we'll take an example. Jyoti is a user. Okay. So, what I'll do, I'll give access to Jyoti only from Monday morning 9 o'clock till, okay, and from Monday to Friday morning 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Only Monday to Friday. That's it. Because my application is secured application, right? I don't want users can log in every time. So she'll come to the office morning at 9 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m. she will lose the access. Okay, depending upon the your requirements, project's requirement, okay, you will give the access to the users. Getting my point? This profile. Now this profile will have users. Now this is called as your login hours. Now when you come back here, you will have login IP ranges. That means I will have certain start IP and end IP. IP ranges I will have. That means I will tell my users, project users, to log in. Okay, if they want to log into specific Salesforce, they need to log in with this specific IP addresses only. With the specific IP ranges only. For example, if I take this, okay, go to here, go to settings. Now, if you go to login history, can you see? So I think before just starting of the session, I think 11:28 PST from remote access 2.0, okay, Trailblazer me, okay, United States, login URL, okay, application. So Rohit has accessed this, and after Rohit, then I accessing his org, and his IP address is different, my IP address is different. Correct, Rohit? Right, Rohit? Is it correct? Can you see? And this is IP is from me, from India, and because I'm using his org, right? I'm connecting it, right? So that means he has worked, okay, and now he also I connected again here. See. And this will show you the 6 months login history. Who has logged in, from where they have logged in, from which country they have logged in, which URL they have used in, okay, which application they have accessed, what is the login type, okay, what is the source IP. You can download this 6 months. So this is called as your IP ranges. You can give the ranges so that the users will connect from those particular IP addresses only. So clear guys? Understood? This is called as your IP ranges. So it has, you can cover, profile will cover login hours and login IP ranges. Clear? Now this is one view. Now when I click on edit, this will take me to another view. See here. Now custom app settings. I don't want to give all users access to, I want to only give it to recruitment, sales. I want this user profile, and by default it should be, oh, I don't want classic, I want lightning. This is classic application, this is lightning application. This is classic application, this is lightning application. Guys, so for this particular profile, I'm giving access to only to two apps. One app is your recruiting application, and other app is to sales app. Okay. Now tab settings. Now in tab settings, you can see standard tab settings. So when you have removed the access to the application, you will not able to see the tabs also. When the app is not there, how do you see a tab? Correct. It doesn't matter if it is default on, but come down to custom tab settings. Okay. Now custom tab settings, see assignments is there. I don't want assignments. I'll say tab hidden, because my application is what? Recruitment application, right? Yeah. Now what is the difference between tab on, default on, default off, tab off? Can anyone tell me? Default on, tab hidden, default off. This is an interview question and compulsory one certification question. What is tab on? Okay, if we say tab on, the object is visible on the tab. What is default off? The object is not visible on the tab, but will be available on app launcher page in all items. When you say default off, okay, you will not see the tabs here. You will not see the tabs here. Tab off means you can click on this 9 dotted in the app launcher, but you can see here. Now what is tab off? Tab hidden. Tab hidden means
Tab is hidden from the navigation bar.
it's not visible on the tab, and it is not visible in the app launchers. An app launcher page in all items. Here also you will not see. Hidden means. Understood, guys? Compulsory one question on these three options.
Shiva, one question.
Yeah.
Default on the tab will be available on the navigation bar, right? That's what it means.
It will not call as, it's called as the tab. Called as.
Okay. Okay.
Navigation bar. This is, we call it as a tab. This one. This is, yeah. You're saying it is a navigation bar. We call this as a tab.
Okay.
So we are arranging the objects on the tab. Default on means you will able to see here. Default off means you will not see on this particular tab, but you will able to see the object in this page items, in the all items. And hidden means it will not available here, even it will not available here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep.
Now what I'll do, I'll make this as half. I don't want tab hidden, right? Tab hidden. Yeah, this administrative permissions, I told you, right? You have to be very carefully, you have to use these permissions very carefully. Okay, now if you give access to everything, for example, if I give access to manage password policies, okay, he will also have the complete access. Then you can change the policies, right? Password policies, come here, come down here, see, password policies, you will change it 90 days. You can also, as a system administrator, you can use it. See, password length, invalid login items, 10 items, 10 items. Okay, so you have to use very carefully based on your requirements. You have to give the permissions. Okay, for example, if I give manage roles permissions, now if I give manage users permissions, see, he's getting access to roles and he's access getting to sharing also. Guys, clear? You have to use very carefully. Now then similarly your general user permissions also. Okay, now if you say manage cases, if you give access to this user, to this profile, what he can do, see, now you are giving a permission to him to delete the cases, create the cases, transfer the cases, edit the cases. Do you have trust in that particular guy? Is a valid user in your project? Now manage flow, he can set up and configure the flow. Similarly your leads. Okay, so these two permissions you will give based on the projects, your project requirement. Okay, on different profiles. Okay, now I'll do one thing. How many are there in this? I think I see 9 people are attending this training. Okay, now what I'll do, okay, Jyoti, Pardi, Priyanka, I'll make these 3 users as a recruiter profile, Rohit as an interviewer profile, Tejaswini as a hiring manager profile. Now Jyoti, Pardi, Priyanka will have one kind of access to the application. Rohit will have one type of access to the application. Tejaswini will also have one type of access to the application. Yes, right? This is how. Now here I'll give the CRUD access. Now position is what? CRUD. Job applications is what? CRUD. Then candidate is what? CRUD. Okay. Interview CRUD. Review only, create and read. That's it. Offer also create, read, and update. There is one more object, Candice. Huh? Go to tab. Okay, he has not created the tab for that. Fine. Now, tell me what all access we have given. We have given org level access, tab level access, and for all these access. Now, save it. Now, when you save it, okay, go to the users. Okay. Now, how does Cynthia will log in? Where is that login button is enabled for her? She has to log in and see this, right? Now there's an assignment, right? Now go to Cynthia, click on edit and assign a valid user to Cynthia. Go to profile and select the profile and save it. Okay. Now where is she cannot log in. Now in developer edition, okay, you need to go to an option called login access policies. Okay, when you go to login access policies, check this option enabled. Administrator can log in any user. Very important, huh? Enable this. Save. Now go to users. See,
Earlier you didn't had login.
now you have a login. See, you have a login.
Earlier it was you didn't had a login, right?
Right? Yes or no? Now click on login. Now when you click on login, okay, see who has logged in? Cynthia. What all the objects she has a visibility? Positions. Say all. Click on new. Why she can create? Because she has permission of create, read, update, and delete. Okay. Rohit has not the page specification concept. Now, who is the owner of this record?
Cynthia.
Cynthia. Why? Because we logged into Cynthia. See. So we created a profile. We have assigned a recruiter profile to Cynthia. Now, Cynthia, we have given permissions to her. What permissions we have given? We have given object level permissions, org level permissions. Now see, she will have only 2 org level permissions. See, only 2. We have removed for other orgs, right? She can only access sales application. She can only access recruitment application. Why? How come? Guys, tell me. How come? Because
The permissions which we have given.
we have given only profiles, right? We have given only org level access. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, when you already logged into Cynthia, no? Cynthia is a normal user. She is not a system administrator.
Yes.
Okay. So if you try to open other windows, it will log in as Cynthia only. Okay. For example, if you click on setup, if you go to users, if you go to profiles, okay. If you go to your recruiter profile, see what access we have given to her? Only this access. Only this and this. That is why she is able to see what?
Only sales and recruitment application.
That's it. Only sales and recruitment application.
Recruitment application.
Now, tab level, we have tab hidden, right? Can you see the tab here?
No.
No. Click on this. Can you see the tab here? Assignments tab is there here. Object. No, right? Guys,
No.
why? Tab hidden. What do you mean by tab hidden?
It's not visible in the app.
And not visible in the all items also.
Tab and yeah, anywhere.
Compulsory in the interview, in certification, they'll ask you one question here. Now, tab level is over, org level is over. What we said then, position CRUD. Okay, she can create. She can also view all the records. Others created records also she can see. Now, test manager. Who created test manager? Rohit has created it. Who created a web developer? Rohit has created. Cynthia has created. Now it means Cynthia will have a permission to share this record to other users because she is the owner of the record. This sharing concept we'll see in when we talk about sharing rules. Understood, guys? Only Cynthia and administrator will have right to share these records to other users. Guys, getting my point? And see, she can also edit the record. Not only her record, she can also edit other records also. Other users' record also. Why? Because we have given update also. You have given detail delete also. She can also delete the records. See? But whereas for your review, only two permissions you have given. See? New, she can create a review. Now, she can only read it. What is it? Create and read. She cannot edit. U is not there. That is why that edit option is not there here. Guys, getting my point?
Yes.
Right? She doesn't have that edit option here. That means we have wantedly we have not given the access now here. Where is it? Not given the access. Only create and read and create. Right? But whereas other actions you have it again. She can edit this record. She can edit this record. She can also edit the offer letters. She can create, she can edit, she can read it, but she cannot delete it. Now see, she cannot have the delete option. She can have only edit option. Guys, getting my point? Interesting?
Yeah.
So how are you controlling it? See? Now for any permissions, for any access, Cynthia has to come to system
System
administrator.
administrator.
Now who is controlling it? Cynthia. Now you see how Cynthia is seeing the application. That is what he says here, right? Profile determines how user sees the records to which she has access. Not only records, the app also. Okay. Now when I say come out, log out, when I say log out, oh my god, you will get this error. Now when I log out, by default I should be in my login, that is Rohit's login. But when you say log out, you are logging out. This will be a problem every time. Yes or no? This will be a problem every time. Correct? You have to be in the same application only, right?
Yeah.
Right? So how do you do then?
You have to log out
There's an
where it
option
says
like
Cynthia.
no.
No?
We
Okay.
logged out, right?
Okay.
I'll show you that option. Wait. That is what the declarative. No. They are designing this declarative more features. First product without doing any coding, developing an application. Now, so now you are in Rohit Sharma's. For example, okay, when I click on profiles, okay, and when I log in as Cynthia, sorry, go to users, I will log in as Cynthia. Okay, now from there again, if you want to log out, then it will be a problem. Again, I need to enter my user ID and password. Every time I need to do that, right? So for that, you have an option called go to session settings. Click on session settings. Can you see here? Come to timeout. Require security connection, secure connection. Uncheck this. Uncheck. This you have to check. This you should uncheck. Check. Save. Now, go to users. Now log in as Cynthia. Okay. Now Cynthia can work it out on this, and if she wants, she'll log out. See. You are in which earlier it was logged off, right? Nice. Earlier you have logged off, right? See. This is called as your profile. Now, for example, I have another user. Who is that user? Okay. Now you cannot give the license here, Salesforce license. Why? Tell me why.
We used
You're
to
already using the
already.
license. One who is using, Cynthia
Festival
is using,
Institute.
Rohit is using.
Yeah.
Correct? 0. License 0. Now what you need to do? Go here, go to users, click on Cynthia, click on edit, release the license for Cynthia. Save it, then give the license to her. Once you save it, once you release it, okay, just refresh this. Okay. Here, Salesforce, which profile? Go to profile, save it. Now she'll also get that login option. Why? We have enabled it for all the users. Right? This one. Administrator can log in as any user. Okay, administrator itself in real time. Who will log in? Megan Smith will log in. But here we have there are no users, right? The real users are not there, right? So that is what I'm only logging as a Megan Smith. That is the concept actually, guys. Clear? Now click on login. She will also have the same access level what Cynthia has because she belongs to recruiter profile. So here also, if you see new position, okay, let's say admin. Save. Right, guys? Now, let's say go to positions. Now, who is the owner of this record again? It is Megan Smith. Guys, correct? Now, say log out. You also can see all the users here. I mean, all the records. As a system administrator, click on this. You are able to see all the apps. Why? Because you are the system administrator. Click on recruitment application lightning. Now click on positions. See all. You will also see, but you are in which login? You are in Rohit Sharma's login, but you can still see the records which are created by other users because they are the owners of those records. See, you can split. See, Rohit Sharma. Say all. Web developer. See. So this concept is called as your profiles. Clear, guys? Understood? What all we did here? Login hours, org level, tab level, profiles. Clear? Profiles are controlling all these options. Understood? Any questions? Clear, guys?
Yep, sure.
Right. Okay. Now, I'll give you now homework. Okay. So I want you to create all the users, these users, okay, and log in as these users, and you can view the records or you can view the objects as well, and then you will able to understand how the profile is working. Now I want you to create another 2 profiles. What is that? Hiring manager profile. The users are two cats and Stuart. They should also have this access, but tab hidden. Got it? Okay, offer tab can have read. That's it.
Okay. Shiva, can you send like this assignment like as an email?
I'll do it after this session. Now, I want you to create interview profile. If you do this and if you're able to understand this, then only we'll able to work on. It will be easy for you to understand permission sets and field level security. It's only Melissa Lee. Position read, candidate read, interview CRUD, review CRU. Okay. Offer. Tab hidden. Got it? I want you to first create the users. Okay. Already I told you how to enable those users. Right, guys? Whenever you
Right.
create a user here, okay, you will able to see the login button gets automatically get enabled. But only thing is you have to rotate that profile. Now, for example, when you create a profile called recruiter profile, where for example, when you create a profile called hiring manager profile, now who has this profile? Megan Smith, right? Open this, release the license to her from her. Okay. Now that license will be available. Then when you create a profile called hiring manager, and when you're assigning this hiring manager profile to field catch, okay, go to field catch, same again, click on edit, select license as Salesforce and profile as what? What? Hiring manager profile. Getting my point? Then login. Then they will have only read access on positions. They cannot create. Okay. But hiring managers, na? Okay. You can give C access also. They need to create the profiles, right? Sorry, they need to create the positions, right? Yeah. Now, when you create interview profile, make the tab as hidden. They are not supposed to see this object. This fellow is not supposed to see. Why? Offer will have what?
Sensitive data.
Yes, sensitive data. Yes. Okay. I don't want the interviewer to see this offer. Completely, I'm avoiding it. That's what I said. Tab hidden. Tab hidden means
He cannot see even the tab exists
tab.
anywhere.
Okay, both. Yeah.
Yeah, anywhere. Yeah.
Clear, guys? Understand? So once you do this, then you're perfect in profiles. Clear? Understand? This is called as your profiles concept. So what does profile is? So profile is what? Profile defines the user's permissions to perform on different functions. It will determines how a user sees the records to which and she or she has access. Important points. Can contain more than one user, but one user will have one profile. Cannot be created. It can be cloned with an existing profile. Standard profiles, custom profiles. Profiles will take Salesforce licenses. We'll have two different views. This is an example. Right? So once this is done, okay, then I will teach you the other options called permission sets, and very interesting this also. Okay, clear? So today is Friday night for you, right?
Yeah, Shiva.
Okay, Friday night. Okay, got it.
So is there class tomorrow or
Nothing
Sunday?
about actually. From Monday onwards, I'll be in the corporate trading actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you guys are available and if you join tomorrow morning, okay. So Monday in the sense Monday evening for you means it is Tuesday morning for me. Correct me, right?
Yes.
Right. So generally we are connecting on Tuesday morning, not on Monday morning. Not
Yeah.
on Monday morning for me actually.
Mhm.
Tuesday morning for me. Okay, IST. Okay, so if you guys are available tomorrow for half an hour or 1 hour, we
Yeah.
can connect. Okay, a little bit early. That is at 7 o'clock in the morning for me. Okay, Mohan, are you there? Okay.
So 7 o'clock India time you are telling, right? Like today you are connecting at 8 o'clock, right?
Yes.
So 1 hour before we have to join the session.
We can do it at 7:30 also.
Yeah, okay for me, because for me it's a very late timing because I have class from 9:30 to 10:30 in the night actually right now.
Oh, okay. I mean, Mohan will reach out to you. Okay. So if you want, we can have the class tomorrow. Otherwise, Tuesday
Yep.
we can have
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay.
So understood, right? Here now, I'm sending it to Mohan this document. Mohan, please share this document immediately to all the people. Okay, and they will work on their activities on these activities. Priyanka is there, Jyoti is there. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? You're able to follow me, right?
Yeah, Shiva.
Okay. Is the sessions are helpful since last 10 days?
Yes.
What about others? Rohit, Priyanka, Paradi.
They are pretty helpful, sure.
Okay, thank you. And
Um,
my explanation is clear, crisp. Okay.
yes,
So
yes, Shiva. Shiva, as one of the persons said, it will be helpful if you share daily assignments in a mail so that we can practice.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Anyway,
Shiva, you also said you will be sending the PDF of the slideshows.
I'll do it, Rohit. Okay, I'm not
Okay.
getting time. I'll convert that
Okay,
and
okay. No, I understand. Just telling
Yeah.
my.
I'll send it. See, again tomorrow again I have to travel back to to Bangalore, and from Monday onwards for the next 5 days I'm completely occupied. So I'll send it, Rohit. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay, Shiva, have a nice weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend,
You can
guys. Bye.
tell to Mohan. Otherwise, we'll connect on Tuesday then. Okay.
Sure. Bye.
Okay then. Thank you. Bye.